Alright, welcome to our presentation. We're going to show you how to download Tomcat real fast. So you go to this website, click on the download link, and you get that all set up and you're set to go. Next, we'll take you to the Postgres link where we'll download Postgres, which we'll be using as our database. As with Tomcat, we're just going to go to the link and download it for Mac. So here's a diagram of all of our different data and how it's separated. So you have a presentation layer for your JSP and HTML pages, then you have the business logic where you'd have your controller and such. And you'd have data access layer for DAOs and other various objects. And then you would go in for your data store to show where it's displayed. In our case, we use PostgreSQL, where you'd have your different tables with all your information being displayed. This is kind of how our controller was structured. So we went with the front controller pattern, where we had one controller which was represented through the command interface, and then we had other Java classes that were implemented that command controller that had different logic we wanted to do for the controller. Real quick, before we get too deep into our code, we're going to show you a kind of an example of creating a new user. So we'll be entering in all the different information for this, including the name, email, gender, date of birth, username, password. Now we just click Create Account, which will be sent an email that notifies the creation of our account. As you can see, we received an email with information, and then we're going to go ahead and confirm the account and log in.
So on the server side, what's going on is that we have our form on our JSP page, and we set the action to go to the controller, which we forward an action attribute to show the controller where to forward this request. In this case, we're registering a new user. In our servlet, we can see that we're following the front controller pattern, since each action is linked with a command, which will the controller servlet will forward respectively. Once the control servlet has forwarded to the register command, we can see here that we get all our parameters from the request, and we set up the new user accordingly. But before setting it up completely, we send an email, as you can see here in our Java code. In the email that is sent to the user to confirm their account, there is a link which is sent as a request to the controller and then passed forward as an action to confirm the new user, which leads to our confirm new user command. In our code, we confirm the user with a token that has been sent via the email. This is important to make sure that the request actually came from that email address.
Alright, so back to the website, we're going to log in again. So this is our user wall, where we can kind of see different messages we posted, information about ourselves. So we're going to go ahead and make another post here. Alright, so if you see, our messages now made it on our list down below, so we're going to go ahead and find some new friends. Alright, so we found a new friend, so now let's go ahead and add them as a friend, which will then send another email to that particular user, which will be asked for a friend request. Alright, now that we've accepted them as a friend, we're going to see we already had some messages pre-prepared for you guys. We're going to show the like functionality, where of course you can like your messages. And then next we're going to show the advanced search option. So within advanced search, you can search by name, gender, date of birth, user, and ZID. We're going to show an example of a null search, where of course we found no search results. I guess there's no female users. Alright, so we got no search results, so let's go ahead and make a search where we are going to get some results. So here's a list of all the results.
To fully understand how our website can work, we will also have to take a look at how the data is actually stored. And here I am in pgadmin, where you can actually look at the tables we have in Postgres. So here we're just going to take a quick look at the friends table to see what's in there. And this is where we store all of our users for our social media website. To access our data from our Java code, we use Hibernate, which is an object relation mapping. And here in the config file, we can see that we map our classes to the actual tables in the database. And also with this line, you can see that If we uncomment this, we would also use create drop, which is useful for creating or resetting the database tables. For example, if you want to add some new attributes while developing. Since all of our tables are mapped to objects, we can see here we have the friends object, which is actually our user. So here we can see all the attributes, and these will correlate to the attributes that we saw within the actual tables. To illustrate how we interact with our database, we can also take a look at our database access object, which we have here. Here, for example, we have the regular search function to search for users, which we can have a look at. And here we have our basic query, which is written in Hibernate's query language, which is very similar to SQL. And here we can see that we will return a list of all the users that match the name we search for.
Alright, so back to the website. We're going to go ahead and accept that friend request that we sent earlier from Patrick. Go ahead and accept that. Go ahead and read his message. Pretty great message if you ask me. We'll go ahead and like that now. Now we're going to log out and re-log in as Patrick. So we can check out the notification that we had just accepted David's friend request. You can see he liked our message as well. Alright, so now let's check out some admin functionality. We're going to go ahead and log in as an admin. We're going to search up one of our users and go ahead and check out what we can do as an admin. So first of all, we can ban the user. So next, we're going to look at their user activity. We can kind of see all the different things this particular user has done for a while. So check that out. And now we're going to show you the graph display of all of our nodes. As you can see, blue kind of represents a node for a person and green represents a message, and if the message is highlighted with lime green, then that is a result of the query. So we're going to go ahead and query with a friend of friends, where we see all the friends of David Chadwick, in which all the results are highlighted that lime green color. The node links, as you can see, are kind of used to represent the different links between the objects, whether it's a post, or whether the relationship between the two are friends, or whether between the two of the things that they're actually liked. With that, that brings you to the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.